if you're looking at this right now on playback, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button right now, y'all. Hit that subscribe button right now. Okay?
Subscribe, y'all.
Now, nah, not now. Nah. Nah is so much faster than now.
Nah.
Okay? Here you go right here. Let me show you this video right here. Okay? Since we talking about masculine, because see, I don't believe women are masculine. I don't care how we talk. I don't gotta pretend to be softer with you. I am a woman, so I am soft. Just period. I'm soft. Period. And we naturally submit. But I feel like I found this video, so
A woman who earns has more feminine energy. They've lied to you. They told you that making money makes you a masculine woman, that being provided for is what keeps you soft, feminine, and desirable. But let's be real, what's more feminine than being completely at peace? A woman with money moves different. She's not stressed, desperate, or bending to survive. She's radiant because she's free. Free to rest, free to create, free to move at her own pace, in her own rhythm, without needing any permission. The truth is, lack makes a woman hard. Survival makes her masculine. And dependence, that's what makes her anxious. But wealth lets her exhale and let her be. So no, money doesn't take away from femininity. It amplifies it, because nothing is softer, more graceful, and more feminine than a woman who is fully in her power.
Let's say it by a non-black woman the best, okay? Black men can take that by black. Okay, now that leads me to my next question, okay? Can you be soft and be the boss? What do you think? Can you be soft and be the boss? You know, when you're the boss, you know, you gotta say, to me, you gotta save the softness for at home. You know what I'm saying? Can you be soft and
As
be
a
the
woman
boss?
or a
Put it in the
man?
comments. As a woman. As a woman, because
Oh,
you know,
as
we're
a
talking
woman. Okay,
about,
I'll
yeah.
sit back
Can
to
you be
that.
I didn't see none of the video because it froze the whole time.
really?
But
Oh, okay. Well, let me just
but
paraphrase the
I don't
video.
know. Mm-hmm.
The video is saying that a woman, they've lied to you. A woman with money is going to be softer because she is not now desperate. She's not anxious. She's not dependent on you. So she can be radiant. She can glow because she has the wealth. Whereas when a woman has no money, she can't be soft. She's more masculine because now she's operating out of desperation. So that's what the question is can you be soft and be the boss? Let's put it in the comments, y'all. Gwen, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You see
Well,
me?
yeah, I see you, but that was the
Okay.
question. Can you be soft and be the boss?
I kind of think you can be soft and a boss, and I kind of agree with her. You know, for as you know, the different like if you have money, you know, you can let your hair down, and but when you don't have money, you kind of like, you know, not that you're desperate, but
You're in
it's like,
survival mode.
yeah, you know, you kind of like you have to be a little different. You know, I agree with her on that.
Okay.
But you can be soft and be the boss. That I agree with that.
Edwanda, what say you?
I'm going to say I'm really tired of them making the word independent synonymous with masculine. Because just because I'm assertive, just because I'm a boss and I handle my business does not mean that I'm masculine. If you are a strong enough king to handle me being in my power, then that only makes us more powerful as a unit. I
Yes.
am a very, very strong and opinionated Black woman, and I have a strong king. And I'm going to tell
Yes.
you right now, if I'm walking 3 steps and he says stop, I will stop.
Yes.
And do you know why? Because he is the king that I chose, and he is the one that I willingly submit to, and I
Yes.
respect his leadership, and he
Yes.
is not afraid of my power.
Wow.
In fact, he embraces it
There you
and
go.
helps me to be stronger.
Yes.
So men who do not want a woman who is in her own power, I have to wonder what is wrong with them.
Yes. And also too,
No,
Edwanda,
let's.
I can't go ahead,
Mhm.
Lawrence. Go ahead.
Okay, that's a great. The way she put it she has that on and off switch, and I'll always respect a woman who occupation or her grind is very boss like. And when we say boss, that means sometimes you have to be aggressive, you have to be an asshole, you have to make hard decisions, you have to do all these things that are very harsh, which are not quite ladylike, they're boss like, but at the end of the day, women want to be soft. That's their natural nature. But what she made a point of is that when she comes home from work, takes her heels off and her blouse off, she gets back into her feminine mode and she allows the man to be the king. She don't translate that boss running employee, 30, 40 employees, bossing them, coming home with the same energy. She knows when to cut it on and off. My point, some women don't have that on and off switch, and I've seen it in real life, and it's very sad because they need to have that balance. You're home, whether your man makes the same amount as you or less, you got to cut that switch off and allow him to be the man in the environment. Cut it off. She has that
Okay,
power to cut it off, and
So
I
why
love the
is that
fact that you
and this
said
is
perceived?
that.
The
and this is
spontaneous. Why is that perceived as not being feminine? A lot of times women don't want to wear the pants. We
no,
sometimes had to put them on because there was not a man there to put them on.
but also too, and I think that this is what you got to understand is we don't have an on and off switch. When we're aligned with the right man, we're naturally submissive. We don't, no one has to be like, all right, I'm getting ready to go in the house, let me be a whole different person. We meet the man and we naturally submit because we understand his kingdom. And when we have a man, first of all, when we have a kingdom man, it we naturally submit whether he's our man or not. We can trust his leadership, and that's what submission is about. If once a woman decides I can trust your leadership, like when we're somewhere being like, get me this, get me that, we're subliminally or maybe consciously viewing that man as a son. We're viewing him as a lesser part. It's the minute we view him as a person that we can trust, all the guards are down. We can now be like, okay, what did you want to do?
I
I
agree.
mean, yeah, you look at Stedman and Oprah, you look at Gail and whoever her man is, you look at Michelle and Barack. All of these are powerful people. But when you have the right alignment, you can trust your partner's decision, and especially when he has great leadership. You know what I'm saying? Well, my partner is being led by the Lord. I could trust his decisions. You know what I'm saying? But if I don't trust your
I'm just saying
decisions,
some
it's
women,
because we're
some
not
women have
aligned.
that power, some women don't. Some women can turn
If
it
they
off,
don't
some
have that
women
power,
can't turn it
I
off.
think they all have that power. But if they're not displaying the power, it's because they're not properly aligned with the dude. You know.
Also,
Li-
I
women
agree.
don't
I
want
totally agree. Whatever the reason
women
is.
want, you know, you want a man that that wants to say, do this, kind of do that, when you're home, but and he understands, your position as a boss when you're going to work. But when you're home, you want to be, you don't want to boss your man around because guess what? You're making them less than a man. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want no man that like a boss. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Me
It's
It's
good.
also
either. Me
My
no,
point
either.
it's
It's
not.
so
exactly.
unattractive.
I
It's
don't
not.
want nobody that I can boss around. I want
Mm-mm.
him to be the man. I want him to be the man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
Um.
can look up to you as a man. I want to
Yeah.
look up to you.
Yeah.
You my king and I'm your queen. Like
Yeah.
that.
Shout out to Samuel
But you know
Griffin,
what? You have
Sean
to know how
Lorraine
to come
Brinkley in the
home and
building.
yeah.
Go
Right.
ahead.
Some women just boss,
I'm
boss,
just saying
boss,
some.
and
I'm just saying
I don't
you.
even like seeing it. I don't even like seeing that.
I'm just saying that there's a large majority of women who don't have that transitional skill that they come in and they still carry that boss mentality into their home. No matter what's going on with the man, they have to learn how to tread it back and allow the man to be the man. If you coming in and you still think your house is your workplace, it's not, like you said, it's not attractive. It's not attractive to a man, and
Okay.
Right.
it's
I don't
competitive.
even like seeing it.
It's
What's crazy
competitive.
to
Men don't want
me
to
is
compete with
that
nothing.
I'm gonna let
Go
him
ahead.
finish.
Go ahead, Edwanda.
I was
No,
like,
he
what's
has a
crazy to
delay.
me is that a lot of men want women to fall into that docile, traditional role when they're not taking the traditional role as a man? What happened
Yes.
to the providers? What happened to
Yes.
the leaders? What happened to the men of God who are
Yes.
in the biblical stance in
Yes.
the proper
Yes.
role?
Yes.
Okay, but yet you want me to be docile, but then if I do anything strong or take the lead on anything or handle my business, then oh, I'm not feminine.
Yes.
I'm a
Now,
woman. I'm in my
and
feminine naturally. So what are you
and that's
talking
what I'm
about?
saying. Edwanda, the same thing is there is no way for me to be masculine. I am a feminine
I'm
unless
a
I'm a butch.
female.
I am a female.
I
So the
live in
thing
my
about it too
female
is
every day.
when we are in a position where we're coming home and we are bossing a person around, and it's because this is not the right man. That is the only way that we
I
act like
agree.
that. When he is the right man, like, and guess what, that man needs to get out of there because he does not have his respect. When we I used to say this on stage. I would be
Yeah.
like, okay, a man wants me. Okay, you want me to come home. You know what I'm saying? You definitely want me to cook. You want me to wash clothes. You want to have sex whenever you want to have sex. And you want me to go to work and pay for half the bill. What you gonna do? Because to me, I'm in a relationship by myself.
Right.
What's left for
Good
you to do?
job.
You see what I'm saying?
Fact.
Somebody got to do something to make sure that we stand out over we stand out, like, where can, if I gotta wash the clothes, I gotta do everything for you. Now I'm your mama now, and I don't want to have sex with my son. You see what I'm saying? So let's take it to
Well,
the
as soon as
comments.
a
The
woman, soon
question.
as a woman Oh yeah, okay. I'm just saying, as soon as a woman doesn't respect the man, no matter what level he's on, whether he's working, whether he's an aspiring artist or actor or whatever, not making the same amount as his woman. As soon as she doesn't respect him, a relationship is pretty much it's pretty much doomed because respect is all we require, no matter what level we're on as a man. If a woman feels he's not worthy of that respect, then at the end of the day, she should get out of there. A woman don't want a man she don't respect. I don't care how much money he make or how much less he doesn't
No,
make. So,
listen,
period,
absolutely. And
period.
there are men that make like, I think about the people who a woman who dates a teacher. A teacher may not make as much money, but this man
Yeah.
is called. So
Right.
I respect a man of purpose. And a man of purpose is still going to be leading the household, whether you a big exec at a
Absolutely.
company or not, and he's a teacher. If he's called to
Absolutely.
lead a kids
Absolutely.
camp, he's still
Absolutely.
going to have the posture of a leader. I think what we're talking about is this
Absolutely.
average hood guy that's talking about white women look at them better. You know what I'm saying? But then still want you to be. They want to be served. And as people of the kingdom, we know that we are servants to each other. So when you don't have that posture of being a servant, then you don't even deserve to be in a household where someone is there to serve and you're only there to be served. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I
Let's go
think
to
they're saying it
I
wrong
agree.
too, Dale. Before you go to the comments, I'm sorry. What they're saying is that the white women or women of other races treat them better. But it's not they treat them better, they just treat them differently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They no, they understand, like, they understand helping you get on your feet. Okay, but to us, our father has told us for entire our entire lifespan, if a man needs you to help and pay for anything, get your best tennis shoes on and draw a diagonal line and run in the opposite direction, because we're not taught to take care of a man. Now, when we are partnered up with an equally yoked
Okay.
man, then we don't care about the money exchange and how much money it is, because again, we're talking about
Right.
posture. But you're talking about a black
Right.
man talking about, oh, a white woman serve me, a white woman get me on my feet. See, he's a child. So that's the person we can't submit to, because we don't submit naturally to children. And to me, I feel like women of other races, they can't read them to know that. See, we can read black men; they're in our culture, so we understand when you're no
True.
good,
That's true.
and you don't
That's true.
and you don't deserve our
That's
help.
true.
You understand what I'm saying? We understand
Yeah.
a man that
That's
is
true.
that is on purpose, but may
That's
not have the financial bearings right now. We understand that. They don't understand. They don't know the difference because they can't read them. So they're just like, man, Mendingo, a black man, fetishize. Let's get one. No worries. I'll spend. you
That's
know,
true.
and where we will tell, we don't care what the Mandingo is, we will tell you to scram because we've had it all our life. So you know what I'm saying? Let's get to the comments. The whole conversation, the whole question we were discussing right now is, can you be soft and be a boss? Let's see what the comments said right now. Max Bird is in the building laughing. Max, you know we talk about this all the time. Uh, Sam Griffin says, I'm masculine, proud of my manhood. He says, shout out to you, Dale Harrison. Sean Brinkley is in the building. Honey, yes, Sean. She said, yes, Dale Harrison, what you say is true. And I think we have to be aware of the truth of the trauma that many women and men bring to their relationship. You're right about that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, you will be a little on guard when somebody, you know, your last relationship has wanted you to pay for everything. Excuse me.
Absolutely.
You know, so you be on guard. And I feel that too, because you know, I can even admit to myself being a little on guard if somebody is not, you know, if they're not producing, because I don't want to be your mama. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even attracted to it if I feel like you need help. But you know, it is you do have to be aware of the things that may be holding you back, because you may be holding on to the baggage, you know, and this may be a good person that may be on purpose. So I he Sam said, cook, clean, wash clothes, eat, take care of the kids. Honey, this woman is busy right here.
Okay.
Sean said
She real busy.
Oh God.
Sean said, right, a man needs to do what the Bible tells him to do, and that makes it attractive by following the Bible for his woman to follow him easily. That's what I'm talking about. Who are you following? See, when you're following the Lord, now I can submit because I know we hear from the same person. But if you following Jay-Z, boo, I can't trust
Yeah.
your word. Not that Jay-Z is a bad person, but you don't have the same God. You see what I'm saying? So uh uh Sean is saying truth. She's saying absolutely you can be soft. Yes. So guys, if you are looking at this right now on playback, if first of all, if you're looking at this live, do me a favor. Share this live with two friends, guys. Thank y'all so much. Y'all know I am, first of all, side note, guys, I started this show last September, okay? And I just want to say, y'all, I am only a couple of hundred hours away from being monetized because y'all come by and y'all look at the videos and y'all
Hey.
stay time,
Hey,
y'all spend time on the
congratulations.
channel. And I just really appreciate that, y'all. Like, you know, this is something I can't even do myself. Like, you know, I put the good work out there. I have the best guests. And I just feel like, you know, y'all see that and y'all appreciate that and y'all support me. And I just cannot thank you enough to my audience that comes by. And I thank you so much to my guests. If you are looking at this on playback, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button right now. Not right now, right now. Now is just so much faster than now. Guys, hit it right now. Okay. And thank you
Hey,
so
well,
much
I
to
will
my
always try
guests.
to. I'll always try to be